Next in line, we have the release of the training calendar of NADT and the 7 DTRTIs. I request Shri Rajkumar Ghosh, Joint Director P&R NADT, to kindly assist in the process. Thank you, sir. And now comes the moment we all have been waiting for. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Lakshman Das, Chairman CBDT, to kindly deliver the valedictory address. So.
Mr. D.S. Saxena, Director General NADT, his team NADT comprising of Ravi Chandran, G.M. Das, Jai Shankar, Mahesh, and Dr. Mrs. Patil. The officers and staff of the NADT, officers and staff of the Income Tax Department, officers of other departments, training doyen of the present times, Mr. D.N.S. Sinha, and till recently the DG NADT, Mr. G.G. Shukla, the outgoing batch of 64 batch officers, the 65 batch officers, and the family members and dear ones of the 64th batch officers who are passing out today. Very good afternoon to all of you. I find it a matter of great pleasure and a sense of great achievement that 37 years after passing out from this great institution, I am given a chance to give the valedictory address for the 64th batch. To start with, I start with a little apology from the family members of the 64th batch officers whom we have not been able to accommodate in this hall because of limitation of space. And I have just now talked to the DG that in the subsequent functions we'll all try to have such arrangements where they can be fully with us on this occasion. Now I will congratulate the 64th batch officers of the Indian Revenue Service for successfully completing their training. I am reminded of a similar day in 1975 when I passed out of the IRS DT Staff College, which is the parent institution for the NADT. And the officer who played a big role in converting the IRSDT Staff College into NADT, Mr. D.N.S. Sinha, is presently with us. I express my sincere thanks to him for accepting our request and gracing this occasion. With my experience, I would say that today is a very important day in the career of 64 batch officers who were till now being called under training, officers under training, and now from today, from now onwards, they are full-fledged assistant commissioners of income tax. I'm happy to note that their motto is towards maximum. Now, in this will be the first financial year in which they will be working in the field as assistant commissioners, and I'm sure that the department will achieve maximum growth of revenue in this very first year of the 64 batch officers functioning in the field. The NADT's 16-month induction training program for IRS officers is extremely tough, but it transforms our bright officers, very bright officers, but not so experts in the field of taxation, to officers of high caliber, professionally qualified tax gatherers, and who will deliver the requisite revenues to the government in the years to come. Today, you would go to various stations across the country, but you would always remember the friendship of your batchmates and the goodwill of your trainers, and of course, today's valediction. Come what may, the NADT will always remain in your hearts. Needless to say, the knowledge gained at NADT will help you immensely in your future careers. You have undertaken a strenuous training that covered almost all significant aspects of a tax officer's work. In spite of the hectic schedules and continuous activities, you have displayed a high degree of devotion, initiative, and sincerity. You have participated in each and every event. That shows the number of releases which I had to make standing for 15 minutes. Today, you begin your long and illustrious journey. This is a new journey, and the journey so far, this journey of 16 months has prepared you well for the forthcoming journey comprising from, say, 30 to 38 years. You must continue with the same attitude of devotion to duty and willingness for hard work. You wish to do justice to your own potential and talent. You have to fulfill the expectations that our motherland, this great country of India, and its people have from you. You must have noticed during your training and your visits of parliamentary attachments and visits abroad that people hold you all in very high esteem. And with holding in high esteem comes great responsibility. And you have to stand up to those responsibilities by your work and conduct and your efforts and your professionalization. We have the potential to rise as a big nation and as a big civilization and attain our past glory. Indian civilization is not only the oldest surviving civilization on this planet, but it is also one which has continued to nurture peace and social harmony as the foremost human value. We have not been only after materialism, we have also had always the human aspects and the spiritual aspects in all our work. Today, 6 decades after independence, the world is finally beginning to take note of us as an important stakeholder in the Committee of Nations. Only recently I have returned from Tashkent, where I had gone to sign double taxation avoidance agreement. I was very, very thrilled to see their respect for us, the way they think about us, the way they treat us, and the way they look up to us. So this is also one indication of the way the world looks at us, and we have to meet those expectations of the world. We have to show to the world that what they expect of us, we are capable of delivering, and we will deliver. "20 years of economic reforms have brought us in the center of global economic theater. Our youth is making its presence felt in every sphere of life all over the world. Everybody, every country looks at as a young nation of qualified, dedicated people, and they are our brand ambassadors abroad. And you are our brand ambassador in the country. And like our brand ambassadors abroad doing their best, I expect all of you to do the best while in the country and while visiting abroad in your successive period in the department. The rise of India is hope to most of the nations that our rise will make it easy to move towards greater stability and fairness in the world order. But before that happens, there are many challenges that we must overcome. A substantial chunk of our people are progressing economically, but there are still many of our brethren who are living a life of deprivation. As you would have noticed in your visits to the orphanages and other places where you did the voluntary work of taking care of the deprived sections of the society, there's a lot more to be done. So, and unless we deal with all these situations, despite whatever we do, we cannot pat our backs. Today's world is different from that of earlier times. Globalization has brought the whole world together. It is a process we cannot escape, which means that we are no more isolated from the rest of the world. This gives rise to both opportunities and challenges. And sometimes those challenges can also be better called as threats. Countries who are able to make use of the opportunities will be ones who will reap the benefits of globalization and rule the world. The countries who do not meet effectively the challenges, they will lag behind. Hence, it is very important for us, for all of us, to understand this phenomena and devise our own strategy to face the situation as a nation, as a progressing nation, as a nation committed to develop and to occupy the highest place in the world order. Economically, globalization brings mobility to goods, funds, and technology, but it does not entail mobility of unskilled labor. For a labor surplus nation like India, this can manifest in many different ways. Our labor is unable to benefit directly from the globalization process. However, if we play our cards well, we can compete more effectively by increasing our efficiency. We can then attract the much needed funds and technology for our development. And for better tackling the globalization, we will require revenues. Herein will come the importance of our department. Herein will come the importance of the batch which is passing out today, and the batches will be passing out in the years to come. However, it is all easier said than done. We can say everything, but for doing it and for delivering, we have to really work hard. To make the most of all opportunities that come within our reach, we require a very effective administrative machinery, administrative tax machinery. We need today a thriving market-based industrialization supported by a thriving agricultural sector and an effective, accountable, and responsive government machinery at the ground level. I am speaking about the ground level, to which all of the 64 batch officers are now going to become a part. And the ground level is the one which comes in touch with the taxpayers, which is able to create an impression in the minds of the people about the type of department we are. So you owe a lot to work in such a way that at the ground level, from your actions, the public come to know the better side of our department and forget the other side, which sometimes is real and sometimes is tried to be painted by the other people who want to fish in the troubled waters. As our economy grows, so does the role and importance of our tax administrators. That's why you all need to be fully conversant with what is being expected from you in times to come. As the economy grows, our requirement for making it further grow will increase, our requirement for mobilization of resources will increase, and as we go on collecting more and more money, the expectations of the taxpayers also from us will increase. So for some time in the past and for all the time to come in future, our responsibility towards the taxpayers will be very, very high. And we will have to strive to see that we put them in proper perspective. We collect only the requisite revenue, and we take care of their legitimate needs. From the moment you take up assignments in field offices, you will be faced with an enormous amount of expectation. The only way you can do justice to them is by honing your knowledge, mastering your skills, and developing an indefeatable attitude. For the taxpayer who approaches in your office, you are not just an employee. For him, you are the government. You have to be fair and also mobilize resources for the government as mandated by the institute. You can be a fair and effective officer only if you devote and dedicate yourselves fully towards your duty to our country. You must take the best use of every opportunity that you get to improve your efficiency further. Taxes are a complex subject, and tax administration requires one to match one's skills against some of the most highly qualified and best paid professionals. It is always a challenge for all our officers to be so competitive as to match and rather surpass the capabilities of the taxpayers' representatives. The taxpayers who have to pay large amounts of taxes, they are prepared to pay any amount to their tax advisors. And we have to be so capable that we are able to meet the challenge of not letting them hoodwink us. For this purpose, you will have to upgrade constantly in order that you are relevant and you are useful in your own eyes and also in the eyes of the department, which is reposing so much confidence in all of you. Kautilya's saying, Kosh Mulo Danda, which means revenue is the backbone of administration, holds even today and will always hold in future. That's why you have had a permanent statue of Chanakya in front of this auditorium. Taxes need to be collected from people in an efficient and effective way that will enhance their faith in the department. You must remember that in recent times, the strategic vision of the department has shifted from enforcement orientation to service orientation. That's why we are setting up Aykar Seva Kendras, Aykar Samparka Kendras, and online interaction with the taxpayers. As Chanakya had said, the tax collector should be like a bee, which collects nectar without hurting the flower. So taxpayers are our constituency. We don't have to hurt them. We have to collect taxes from them in the most fair and most pleasant manner as may be possible. We don't have to show off. We don't have to feel as if we are very, very big people, big assistant commissioner, big chief commissioner, or even big chairman. We are all performing a duty. We have to do it with a sense of duty and with a sense of pride and commitment. The taxpayer is no longer an adversary, but a partner in country's progress. Because without the taxpayer, we cannot collect taxes, and without the taxes, we cannot develop our nation. So he has a very, very prominent role in the whole thing. We have to realize it, and we have to make him feel about that, and we have to see that he doesn't look at us with a colored eye. And that's why we have to conduct ourselves in that manner. By performing your challenging duties successfully, you will play an important role in the nation building process. Being the youngest entrants into the department, you have the highest stakes in the future of the department and the future of this great country. You must prepare yourself to respond effectively to an ever increasing and ever demanding taxpayer population. You have been privileged to be trained at the NADT, which is among the best national academies in the world. Only recently when I was in Tashkent, the Uzbek government was expressing its great desire that we associate their officers with our training. This shows the importance with which our NADT has come to acquire in the tax training field. To provide greater exposure, the International Attachment Program has been started, which involved visits to the USA, Australia, Netherlands, France, South Africa, and Malaysia. This is the one which you are all referring to in your feedback at this valedictory function. I sincerely hope that your experiences in these countries would have significantly exposed you to the best practices in the field of taxation, and you will try to emulate those best practices. You will try to guide even the CBDT in trying to change things so that we can get the best out of everything. SAARC nations are now regularly approaching NADT for training of their officers. NADT also conducts foundation training for civil services as well as other prestigious national and international programs. A number of new initiatives have been taken to make NADT truly the best in the world. A new state-of-the-art hostel for officers named Vikramshila has recently been commissioned. The Advanced Training Complex ATC is coming up. It would be a center of excellence in tax training and help the NADT in attaining a global leadership position. The proposed establishment of the National Institute of Direct Taxes Research, NIDTR, at NADT would help policymakers in formulating tax policies. Luckily, we have a very, very competent finance minister as head of our income tax family, and he is always telling us, you improve your department, you take care of the officers and staff of the department, take care of the taxpayers, and for doing all these things, whatever you need, he will be there to provide it to us. When you go back to the field, you apply your minds and come up with your ideas as to how best we can build this great department into a greater department. Remembering my times, I can honestly say that training in the income tax department has truly come of age. When I joined the department, training was only basic training, and income tax collection was less than rupees 2,000 crores. It has now increased to around rupees 5 lakh crores. It's my firm belief that apart from the growth in the economy, the contribution of officers and staff of the department, and also the fabulous training provided by NADT and by the RTIs have played a very significant role in multiplying our collections so many times. I compliment the NEDT and its faculty members, also the staff of the NEDT, the working staff, and everybody who takes care of the probationers and other officers who come here on training for successful completion of training of such a large batch. You have been exposed to a variety of learning experiences ranging from hardcore academics on topics as complicated economics, law and statistics, to activities like trekking, rock climbing and adventure sports. So this has developed you into a well-rounded personality. Your other extracurricular activities in which participation has been facilitated by the NADT will go a long way in helping you bear with the stress of tax collection. Tax collection is really a stressful exercise. Whatever we do impinges on somebody's pocket, and therefore some unpleasantness is bound to come from them. It is also likely to create some stress, and for dealing with that stress, these extracurricular activities, whatever you have learned from them, is going to be of great help to you in the times to come. I'm sure that such varied exposure must have enhanced your confidence and self-esteem, in addition to widening your horizons of understanding and awareness. You have all done very well in your exams, suggesting that you have imbibed the lessons from the training that was imparted to you, and that you are now fully ready to take the mantle of the department. I would like to congratulate you for your success and hope that you will make the best use of whatever you have learned here in the academy. From my side, the one message that I would like to give you is this: do not treat the conclusion of this course as the end. It is in fact only a beginning of your career, wherein you will have a great potential for achievement, success and recognition. The country looks forward to you for providing good tax administration. From the feedback I have got about you from the team NADT, I am absolutely certain that you will bring laurels to this country with your accomplishments and deeds. One more thing I will like to say, that as there may be sometimes some apprehensions in some quarters that honesty, hard work, efficiency and sincerity seldom pays. Sometimes these feelings, these apprehensions are in the minds of the people. But I will tell you from my own experience of 37 years that maybe temporarily these things may be at a discount, but in the final analysis, in the long run, these are the only things which will hold the premium and which will keep you high, your head high, your heart high and your family high. So I would suggest that keep sticking to these principles of honesty, sincerity, integrity, hard work and consciousness to your image and the image of your department. And in the end, you will always feel that what I said today was true and true. I would like to take this opportunity to also congratulate the Director General, Shri Saxena, and the team NADT in successfully and effectively conducting this course. I will also like to take this opportunity to reassure the NADT and the officers of 64, 65 batches and indeed all officers in the department of CBDT's full support in all endeavors that the academy and the officers intend to undertake. During the last year, the government has already given sanction to important infrastructure projects which will make the academy even more well equipped in terms of training capacity. I also hope that the academy expands further and attains the status of an important think tank in matters of training. With these words, I would like to congratulate the officer trainees of the 64th batch of IRS and wishing them all the best in their career and in their life. I also wish to place on record my sincere thanks to the family members of the officer trainees who have traveled all the way to be with us on this momentous occasion. I congratulate them for the achievements of the officer trainings and also for the efforts they have made in bringing up these officer trainees as family members and as friends, philosophers, and guides. Thank you, all of you. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us about the formidable duties that await us as members of this august service. We, the 64th and the 65th batches, assure you that we shall direct our efforts towards achieving excellence in our work and effectively contribute to the process of nation building. Ancient wisdom tells us a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. As the 64th batch takes a concluding bow, I now request the Honorable Chief Guest to hand over the certificates and medals to the officer trainees who have successfully completed their induction training. First in line, we have the presentation of individual certificates to the 137 officer trainees. Shri Praveen Kumar Mittal. Shri Arun A. Shri Ilya Raja KS. Shri K. Vinod Kanan. Shri Sudhanshu Shekhar Gautam. Shri Raval Jigar Pradeep Kumar. Shri Upsen Dadaji Borkar. Ms. Shweta Yadav. Ms. Amanpreet Kaur. Ms. M. Rani Kanchana. Ms. Sumita Paramata. Ms. Devi Reddy Swapna. Ms. Nivedita Prasad. Ms. Nithya V. Shri Piyush Kumar Yadav, Shri Anjani Kumar Pandey, Shri Ambadkar Aviyogi Damodar, Shri Chetram Meena, Shri Jayapal Swami, Shri Rajkumar, Shri Suraj Bhan Garwal, Shri Abhishek Gautam, Shri Sachin Dhania, Shri Piyush Kumar Singh Yadav, Shri Rajesh Kumar, Shri Rahul PR, Shri Ashish Sinha, Shri Lalit Kumar Bishnoi, Ms. Priyanka Devi, Ms. Irengbam Gyaneshwari Devi, Ms. Amanpreet, Ms. Mamta Meena, Ms. Gunjan Vashne, Ms. Nithya D, Ms. Bhumi Kaben Patel, Ms. Niju Gupta, Shri Gurpreet Singh, Shri Atul Kumar Pandey, Shri Badruk Ganesh Balasaheb, Shri Manpreet Singh Duggal, Shri Sandeep Kumar, Shri Rajesh K. Meena, Shri Ram Gopal Reddy Curry,
Shri Pankaj Dwivedi, Shri Srinivashu Kolipakka, Shri Nishant K, Ms. Chamarthi Hima Bindu, Shri Veeramani K, Shri Amar Singh, Shri Roktim Sakya, Ms. Malvika Garg, Ms. Uma Maheshwari R, Ms. Swati Ratna, Ms. Smita Verma, Ms. Seema Dhankar, Ms. Kajal Singh, Ms. Kanika Agarwal, Ms. Madhusmita Sahu, Shri Lakhawat Suresh, Shri Amrit Raj Singh, Shri Soren Zoz, Shri Harshit Dilip Bari, what is this? Venkata Tejawat, Venkanna Tejawat, Shri Chandra Prakash Meena, you are? Shri Chandra Prakash Meena, Shri Praveen Salunkhe, Shri Anup Kumar Jain, Shri Gaurav Bansal, Shri Neeraj Kumar, Shri Sandeep GR, Ms. Munmun Sharma, Ms. Adita Singh, Ms. Astha Madhur, Shri Karthik Manikam M,
Ms. ABS Shalini, Ms. Ridhima Vashisht, Shri Anand Bhaskar, Shri Abhishek Sinha, Shri Yaduraj Singh, Shri Vijay Kumar, Shri KG Arun Raj, Shri Sandeep Kumar Mehta, Shri Vikram Pagaria, Shri Manoj Kumar Mishra, Ms. Kanupriya Damor, Ms. Monisha, Ms. Beenu, Ms. Meetu Agarwal, Ms. Nidhi Mittal, Ms. Sonal Sonakwade Lakshmi Das, Shri Abhishek Kumar, Shri Shyam Manohar Singh, Shri Dhruva Purari Singh, Shri Amit Kumar, Shri Amit Kumar Pandey, Shri K. Rohan Raj, Shri Prasanna Kumar BK, Shri Shankar Ganesh K,
Shri Chauhan Ujjwal Kumar Bhimrao, Shri Aluru Venkatarao, Shri Bhosle Vitthal Machindra, Shri Rakesh Kumar, Shri Rishi Kumar, Shri Brajendra Kumar, Shri Sunil Kumar Pandey, Shri Surendra Mohan, Shri Pramod Kumar Verma, Shri Jyotish Mohan, Shri Rajesh Kumar, Shri Ravinder Singh Yadav, Shri Guru Prasad MP, Shri Sunil Sharma, Shri Puneet Gulati, Shri Abhay Sadashiv Nannavare, Shri Suresh Babu, Shri Piyush Samaria, Shri Sanyam Suresh Joshi, Shri Manveet Singh Sehgal, Shri Mantu Kumar Das, Shri Abhishek Mishra, Shri P. Suresh, Shri P. Sridharan,
Shri Shailendra Kumar Pandey, Shri Balkrishna Yadav, Shri Andale Bharat Ramchandra, Shri Prashant Shukla, Shri Gaurav Pundir, Shri Akhilesh Kumar Yadav, Shri Sunil Kumar Yadav, Shri Rishi Kumar Bisen, Shri T. I.M. Perumal, Shri Prashant Singh, Shri Narsingh Kumar Khalko, Shri Bhola Ram Devasi, Shri Jagdale Sangram Ramesh, Shri Chinmay Nand Kumar, Shri Bhagwati Charan, Now we have 3 special citations for exemplary performance. Despite hardships, these officer trainees have emerged as role models for the entire batch. First, I invite on stage Shri Praveen Kumar Mittal. Shri Karthik Manikam. Ms. Priyanka Devi. We now have 4 special medals and citations for obtaining a black belt in karate. First, can we have on stage Shri Praveen Salunke. Shri Venkanna Tejawat. Shri Chauhan Ujjwal Bhimrao. Shri Amrit Raj Singh.
And now, moving over to academics, we have 8 academic gold medals for the best performing officer trainees in 8 different disciplines. VR Akerkar Memorial Gold Medal for highest score in income tax, Shri Vikram Pagaria. Vikram sir, please wait. SAL Narayan Rao Memorial Gold Medal for highest score in business laws, Vikram Pagaria. CC Ganapati Memorial Gold Medal for highest score in advanced accounting and finance, Shri Manmeet Singh Sehgal. V.V. Badami Memorial Gold Medal for highest score in procedure technique of investigation and drafting of order and reports, Ms. Kanika Agarwal. The Chairman's Gold Medal for highest score in management and administration in the Income Tax Department, Ms. Nithya V. Director General's Gold Medal for highest score in information technology and operations, Shri Saren Jaws. Rajbhasha Padak for exemplary performance in Hindi as an official language, Chamarthi Himabindu. VR Bapat Gold Medal for highest score in academics, Shri Vikram Pragaria. And finally, it is time to announce the most coveted honor of the induction training, the prestigious Finance Minister's Gold Medal for the best all-round performance. Shri Vikram Pagaria.